It's it's a snowy Tuesday from the Philadelphia area.
It's the Ashley and Gus show, or the
Uh,
Gus and Ashley show, depending.
anyway, we are continuing our talks about change management today.
And I think one of the things that's been cropping up is issues around workforce challenges. It's one
Workforce
of them.
development, workforce challenges.
Yeah, we've talked to a lot of folks in the industry who are facing just kind of a colossal transition right now. There are uh, folks in the organization who are retiring or are encouraged to take retirement. They have some folks that are not quite up to speed with the skills that they need to do some of the jobs. It's hard to find skilled workers right now. So, actually, we're so tuned in on this topic. We actually have it as our keynote presentation at our upcoming Utility Change Conference, which is happening March 4th and 5th in St. Pete Beach, Florida. If you've never been, highly recommend. It's not only a fabulous conference, it's a great location.
The St. Pete Beach, Florida, if you're not familiar,
Tell them about it.
boasts the most continuous days of sunshine in the world.
I think they hold a world
World record.
record.
It was like 700 something days of continuous sunshine. So it's nice there all the time. It's beautiful. The Gulf of Mexico is a warm body of water right there, and
Beach is beautiful. The
there's
trade winds is lovely.
lots of restaurants, lots of great places to walk to. The beaches
We
just
have an incredible rate at the hotel with no, I'm good at this, no resort fee. Because
No resort
I don't like resort fees, and I don't think anyone should. So that's if you go in person. The conference is also hybrid. You can
utilityevents.com to find information.
Right. Go to utilityevents.com. It's the Utility Change Conference. It's one of the first on the page. And we're really excited because we've got Will Trum, who is the Vice President of Labor Supply and Partnerships at Tennessee Valley Authority, also known as TVA, one of the largest, if not the largest government-owned utility in the country.
Will's a great guy. We've gone back and forth a few times. He's just a really fun guy. So we're looking forward to seeing him in person and putting his magic on the conference.
Absolutely. We're really looking forward to what he sees as how to embrace change to overcome short and long-term workforce challenges in the utility industry. So that's what he's talking about. I can go into more detail about that. But let's just talk about workforce in general. What are some of the general issues that we're seeing?
Oh man!
And is this specific to utilities?
It's not specific.
It's not specific to utilities.
So people are retiring earlier.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big thing. And in the utility industry, the people are highly skilled. They have some of the knowledge. They might be there 20, 30 years, and they know the knowledge. And it's difficult to pass that.
And then they retire and leave.
Yeah,
they retire. The knowledge is like gone.
Yeah, any of these legacy companies. I mean, we have the new wave of business, the internet and digital and AI and stuff like that. But we forget that there's a whole other industry out there. The utilities that keep the lights on, keeps the gas going, keeps the water flowing. The building trades, the gas and regular gas and petroleum stuff for the cars. There's
oil and gas.
That's not going to any place.
Right.
Infrastructure on the roads. Your local municipalities. All these people. This is still baseline service. And if people are retiring, and not everybody finds that a sexy job to work in, but they're usually great pay.
I was going to say, I'm channeling Mike Rowe here with the dirty jobs. If you've never watched the show, highly recommend because it's it's a great snapshot of kind of workforce in America right now.
Well, he's got two shows. He's got the dirty jobs and he's got the workforce in America.
Oh, okay. See, I can't remember which one.
And it's just about the regular jobs that are, the regular industries that we rely on every day.
Absolutely.
Somebody's got to make this can.
Yeah. Somebody's got to make sure the heat gets to the house. Somebody's got to make sure the electricity gets to the house. The electrons get where they're going. And and Gus is right. I mean, we've heard from actually a lot of our utility folks who come to our events that they're not alone. Everybody's struggling to figure this out. Like, okay, we're not the sexiest company to work for, but good pay, highly
Security,
skilled. Yeah,
great
it's a
benefits.
great benefits, good secure. So
We're not
um,
pushing utilities here. We're just saying
right,
what we're
yeah, we're just
hearing.
saying
We're
that's what
talking
we're.
about we're talking about what we're hearing. But
Well, and it's funny too because Will Trump from TVA will actually be talking about the fact that not long ago, utility industry was kind of the gold standard career path for skilled workers, and now that those workers are retiring or planning to retire shortly, the industry and a lot of other industries are facing a shortage of skilled workers. So that's really what the conversation is that he'll be talking about at the Utility Change
yeah,
Conference on March 4th.
yeah, and even even that workforce, their skills are changing. We there's
Right.
we talk about AI briefly. Who knows where AI is going to go this year? But it's definitely going to change a lot of our jobs. All of our jobs. It's already infiltrated our company, and we rely on it a lot now. But those skills are changing, and then the RPA,
RPA.
robot process automation. What might have taken somebody an hour to do before, now a so-called robot. It's not Sally the robot there. No, but a series. What's that? I don't know, but a series of software commands
Mhm.
does a single
It's an
job. It's an
automation. Yeah.
automation that and nobody wanted to do it anyway. What that
I
job?
was going to say it's repetitive work that if you can have an automation for it, something else to take care of that, you can use your
You know
workers
what?
to do something that allows them more professional
We,
development
we,
too.
we
So
ran a we ran an event earlier today on change management, and one of the things that came up for me, I didn't even mention it, but when I started in the workforce, we had the company I worked for had about 25 people, mostly women, with typewriters, creating invoices, working on the phone and creating invoices by hand.
wow,
By the late 80s, that had gone to 5 people on computers. We had
with the
13
word
locations. We
processor.
had 13
Yeah.
locations with 5 people at most of those locations. By the mid 90s, we had one location with 13 people
Hmm.
handling all the same amount of work. Now, there wasn't less work or there wasn't fewer jobs we had, but the jobs have shifted to other parts of the organization.
Exactly.
So it's interesting, and that's what's going on now too. We need that same worker. But anyway, that's part of Will's going to talk about.
Right. And we're excited about that. But I think what's cool about what Will's going to talk about too is not just the fact that we're facing shortages, but he really sees a collaborative approach to fixing the problem. Like this is a situation where it won't be like one employer owns employees. It'll be more of a collaborative effort to kind of work among the sort of share skilled workers so
That,
that you can keep these essential industries running without competing with each other over the same people.
that's interesting
I
because
think it's a really neat
I
idea.
didn't know he was talking about that. That's really
Yeah.
interesting because that happens in our world too. We
Mm.
are a small business, but a small business is any business with less than 50 employees. Um, there's fractional CFOs.
I was just about to say this is almost like saying it's a fractional lineman
We
or
have a
a
fractional CPA. I
right.
mean, there are fractional lawyers and stuff like that. They handle fractional human resources. They handle a different part of your organization. That's
Exactly.
really interesting. And then they're also going to talk about diversity and inclusion. I'm having a hard time talking today. Must be the snow. I'm frozen. Anyway,
Uh,
diversity and inclusion and creating a diverse workforce. And how do you do that? And how do we make sure we're serving the community?
Absolutely. And then always, I think talent acquisition and challenges in attracting and retaining talent is always an issue for this industry.
Not just
For
this industry, any
I was going to
industry.
say, and we'll be talking about it at the Utility Change Conference. What's interesting, we've actually had folks attend the Utility Change Conference who were not from the power, gas, and water companies, just because they just found it to be so helpful to be in a room for, I guess, other regulated industries, other regulated companies, to be able to have that conversation. They learned a lot, so it's not necessarily just for utilities, but it is kind of nice to have mostly utilities
Yeah,
in the room.
you talked about getting the talent. You have to attract the talent. You have to retain the talent. You have to
Yes.
train the talent.
Yes.
Well,
that's it. And then
you have to get the talent motivated.
Absolutely. And engaged,
And
right?
engaged,
You want to make sure that you're providing a culture that
we're talking to you, talent.
You're out there. Hi, talent.
Yes.
But yeah, you want to make sure that folks are excited to work there, and that they're being challenged. And that they have a safe, inclusive work environment as well is so important, because that's how you get the best from people, right? And when it boils down to it, companies are people.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, companies are people. We're talking about doing business B2B. At the end of the day, you're doing business B to C or C to C. You're talking to a human being to solve that human being's problems. Even though it's the company's problems, it's the human being's problem. Because without the company, or without the human being, there is no company.
There is no company. So true.
So
cool. What else can we share about this?
We're talking about St. Pete Beach.
Oh,
the most beautiful sunsets.
When you see the snow outside our window, we're thinking about St. Pete Beach, Florida. It is. It's beautiful. The sand is beautiful. There are like a zillion places to go. Grab dinner, grab drinks,
if you like seafood, grouper,
lots of grouper sandwich, grouper this, grouper that.
Yeah.
There's a burger place across the street. There's a really great burger place right across the street.
They do a really great job on burgers. They really do.
They do. And there's if you like live music, it's available in almost every location that you
almost
go.
From like 10 o'clock in the morning till 2 in the morning. There's live music.
Yeah, there are lots of one-man bands. Lots of maybe duos or trios. Just playing. I will say, if you like the song Hotel California, this would be a treat for you, because you're going to hear it about 12 times a day. But it's a great song.
It's easy to get to. It's about 40 minutes by transportation from the Tampa airport. It's located in West Central Florida.
Okay.
Right? What else can we say? We have a great hotel room.
We have a terrific hotel room, and it's a group. It's really, the cool thing about coming to a conference like this is that you are among friends immediately, and you find we've heard people say we found our tribe. Like, you're among other people who do what you do at other companies, so that you really have a collective experience and the opportunity to share the challenges that you're facing, how you're facing them, like what worked for you, what worked for me. So there's a lot of mastermind and conversation that happens at the conference that you probably wouldn't get at sort of a massive, huge other type of conference. There's also, it's all general session. It's all in one room. So there's one conversation happening. We don't have breakouts happening at the same time, so that everybody really builds off of the conversation that's happening in the room. Which is another thing that people seem to like about our events.
We have
what else you want to say?
We have about 12 other people besides Will speaking.
Absolutely.
Covering a variety of topics for the event.
We do. And if you're interested to speak at the conference, please reach out to us. That's utilityevents.com. Go to the Utility Change Conference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we have anything else to add to that.
No, that's it.
All right. We will see you tomorrow. All right.
Thanks for joining us.